Hi, good morning. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Today's DIY is a no-sew $5 twin size flat sheets purchased from Walmart, and this is going to be a sofa reupholster. So guys, I hope you stay tuned all the way to the end. I hope you like the video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. I use Walmart flat twin size sheets. I'm going to be using some hot glue, my hot glue gun, my iron, and I have it on a plate in case it falls down, it won't mess up my rug. Some duct tape, a staple gun with staples, a pair of scissors. I already started. I took one whole sheet and I laid it across the back of the sofa. And after I laid it, I ironed this side. This side I haven't done yet. As I go around, I tucked it in there. It goes all the way down. Steamer, I would have steamed it, but I don't have a steamer. I'm just showing you what you can do with the supplies or the materials that you have in hand. And you can do this with a simple iron on steam setting with a little bit of water. And you're going to try and go in that crease. Here I'm using a butter knife so that it helps me tuck the material in there. And before I did that, I just simply pulled it a little bit further up so that I could have enough room to tuck the material in there. This butter knife is going to help you tons. I put the duct tape all the way on the bottom edge just before stapling it to the bottom. This is where I put the tape, and this is going to be tucked under, and I'm going to staple it down here with the staple gun. This is how the seam came out. And now I already started tucking this. This is where I put the tape. Okay, so now I put a couple of staples here, and all I'm doing is pulling down on it a little bit, not too much. And you're gonna do that all the way down. All the way. On this side, I'm going to show you exactly what I already did on the other side so that you know what to do when you're doing it. I took the butter knife and I am pulling that cardboard piece that the manufacturer covered up with fabric to cover up all their seams and everything that they did. I'm pulling it out just a little bit, not all the way out, because once I tuck that fabric in, I want to be able to lightly hit it with a hammer and put it back in its place. If you pull it all the way out, the staples might not go back in their holes, and you might have to use staples, and then your staples will be seen. So here I'm folding the fabric. If it's easier for you, you can cut some of the fabric off. In fact, after I did this, I decided that I wanted to cut some of that fabric off because it was kind of too bulky and I didn't want that. I didn't show in the video either, but once both sides were tucked in and I did the armrest, I came and I ironed that piece right there so that it looked flat and cohesive with the whole entire piece. I'm just using that butter knife to push all that fabric in its crevices, and it looks like it was made that way and not like it was a slipcover or reupholstered at home. That I am going to use for the sides. It is easier to just iron the sheets before you work with it. And to cut, I measured the other one, so the mistakes that I did with the other one, I'm not doing it with the second sheet after ironing it. And this is going to be the bottom part, and because I did the other side, okay, and I'm going to do this part first, okay, and I'm going to make sure that it is the same length. Still have to staple it down there. It's going to go around the front. So pulling a little bit and tucking in there, tucking, and as I pull on the fabric so that it is not all like clumped up, and I'm gonna gather and I'm gonna tuck to give it like these little, like the gatherings, but that it looks okay and not messed up. So I'm gonna gather and tuck all the way in there. The couch has this right here, and I'm gonna cut just a little bit over that. The creases coming from both sides, and like I did on that side. So there's a middle, and then there's the side going this way and this way. Cut some of this fabric off. There's too much fabric. So I want to make sure that I have enough and I'm not cutting too much. Okay, so most of this fabric, that big piece, when you're gathering your fabric for this part, you have to try and gather it, like pleat it, so that it's not bulky, because when you start stapling it, it has to, the fabric has to overlap each piece, and you have to cut some of that fabric out, because when you're stapling it, you're going to staple it to the wood part of that armrest. And you have to make sure that the fabric is not bulky there and it's just overlapping so that it grabs onto the wood. I need to buy me a different stapler. Okay, so now we're going to take our hot glue gun and we're going to tuck this in a little bit. This is where here I'm using the hot glue gun to glue that piece of fabric that I'm folding over to cover up all those pleats that I made on that part, so that if anyone for whatever reason drops change or whatever, they're not going to see all those pleated pieces, but they're just going to see a piece of fabric, and they're not even going to be the wiser as to if this sofa came like that or if it was homemade. The more time you take and the patience that you have doing this, the better your sofa is going to look. So just so you guys know, to give you an idea, that is my tufted trunk, okay? That's what I use as my coffee table. That's where I'm propping the sofa, okay? That's where the cushions would be at, and this is the back of the sofa. That sheet right there is the one that I'm going to cover the cushions with. I ironed it and I put it there. This is what I have so far. Facelift. I don't want what I am doing to actually mess up the sofa because I really have no idea. This is the first time I do this. But to give you an idea, okay, that's where I've been putting the duct tape, and that is not painter's tape, that is blue, but it is duct tape. I put the duct tape there so that when I staple the sheet under or wherever I'm stapling it, see, I've done it there already. The tape is going to give the fabric, which is thin fabric, a strong hold, which won't let the staples break through the fabric. Okay, so this is what I have so far. And I am going to continue to do this all the way around because that's where I did the sides, and I still haven't stapled it under the sofa. But this is what I have. I cut one sheet, and it was a couple of inches. I measured it, not with a ruler or anything. I just put it over, see how much I had to cut off. And this one is the long. I cut this one the long way, and then I folded it. This is how I've been doing it. Okay. On this one, I put the duct tape. I haven't put duct tape on the side of the sheet yet, but then I glue both of the duct tape pieces together. This way, if I get tired of this look and I want the sofa to go back to brown, I just remove the duct tape and that is it, because I am not sewing. This is a no-sew this is how the sides look, and I wanted that drapery look kind of thing going on. This is how the side looks, and I stapled that part down there. Okay. What it looks like so far, and all I did was take the rest of that fabric that I just cut that piece out for there. I just took it, I cleaned out the cushions with one of those lint brushes with this right here. I cleaned the inside there because it had a little bit of dust, and all I did was just tuck the cushions in there. See, just tucked it, and then I tucked it in the middle of both of the cushions. I pushed the cushions in, lifting these up, and then you just want to tuck them in some more, make them look as best as you can. Do exactly what I did with the sofa. I'm going to do it on this part and just tucking it in and stapling it, but I will show you in the meantime this part against the console, and I'm going to remove the legs because it's going to be easier to work with. And so this is what I have. I put the duct tape there, and I'm folding. This is the wider part that has the seam. Now this is the other half of what I used to cover the sides of the sofa, like the armrest of the sofa. And I put the tape there, and I'm folding it. And the hem is right there. And I have enough room right here for the holes where the foot of the sofa will go back in. Now I'm going to do what I did with the other ones. I'm going to smooth it out, make sure that it is nice, and start stapling. So one staple there. Okay, then I go a little bit down this way. This has a zipper, and I'm not trying to cover that up. So I'm going to make sure that I look, but I'm keeping the fabric nice and tight. And then I'm going to just go right before the zipper, right there. Okay. little piece of hem. But instead you're gonna come here, you're gonna hold it, you're gonna pull this over. And right now, having the iron would help you. But see how the hem is right there? And I want that hem to continue like I did over here. So I'm gonna pull on this really, really good while I hold up here in that hole for the leg. I'm holding really tight there. And I'm gonna do that. And what I do sometimes is I take the hammer and I just hit a little bit right where I do the staples. But over here, okay, I will make it so that this is folded, tucked in there. I don't know if you guys can see this. It will be tucked in there like that. Just like that. Okay? And once I'm done, I'll go over with the iron so that it looks nicer. You can also use the scissors and cut some of the fabric. I'm trying not to cut too much fabric and just folding and tucking and stapling. It's what I'm going to do. And this is what we have. These are the corners. I tucked everything nice and neatly. That is how it looks. You can't even see the seam. That is how it looks. Right here is where they meet. Right here. Make sure that I put enough staples all the way around. All the way around. And then I went with the hammer. And I lightly hit it with the hammer. And then after I did that, I put the on. I cleaned them with some furniture polish. Duct tape in there. This is how it looks like. And it's nice and sturdy. And over here in the corners too, I made sure that it's nicely folded. The cushion is on top of the ottoman and in the spot that it belongs. Now I'm taking the iron, I'm ironing the top of the sheet, and I'm ironing the sides. Once I am done and I am happy with my results of the ironing, I am going to start folding, tucking very nice and neatly and tightly all that material underneath the cushion. And ta-da! Here is my no-sew reupholstered with $5 flat sheets from Walmart sofa. And it went from brown, outdated, to gray and fabulous. So tell me what you think. I think it came out fabulous. For the first time ever doing something like this, I am very proud of myself. And if you're a mom or a dad or a college student living on a budget trying to make ends meet, you guys can do this too for $25. Give your furniture a whole new look. Thanks for staying tuned and watching all the way to the end. Next week's video is going to be my living room makeover reveal, in which in the video itself there will be different clips of the different DIYs that I did to the furniture pieces, the decorations, which are all previous DIYs, and a few other little things. So guys, I hope that you stay tuned, become a subscriber, become part of this family. And for all of you that are part of this family, thank you so much for accepting me as I am. Thank you so much for your words of encouragement and for tuning in every week. I appreciate all of you from the bottom of my heart. And I cannot stress that enough. Have a blessed